How's it going, guys? You would think this is our second adventure, but we've actually been out, what, like 3 times since we bought it? 3 or 4 times. But since we're new to this boat, you don't want to throw in another element of worrying about camera, that kind of thing, so I haven't been bringing it. So we're actually going to be going on a pretty nice cruise. We're going to stay overnight. We're going to get to test the bed thing that I made. You saw that video. I might show a link to that and see how that does. It's supposed to be just beautiful weather. Looking forward to this adventure. So stay tuned as we travel to Beaufort, North Carolina. Wouldn't change a thing. I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. We left around 6:30 Friday morning for our trip to Beaufort, North Carolina. If you're familiar with traveling down the ICW, then you know paying attention to where you're at is vital. Depths can go from 18 feet to 3 feet in seconds. I watch my depth like a hawk, searching for his morning breakfast. You can't be too careful. Heading due north, this is a section that is both wide and deep. We love to open her up and let her rip before getting to Camp Lejeune Bridge. What a great riding boat. I love to listen to that Yamaha purr. To kind of open her up a little. I mean, this isn't opened up, but just let her run for a little. As you approach any bridge, you're supposed to slow down to wake speed. Many unsafe boaters do not follow this rule. It's for your own safety. There are no brakes on a boat, and when you approach an area where there is a small passage, it's best to slow down and be safe. Alright, so a little audio commentary here. That's the VHS radio, if you're wondering what that noise is. This is the Marine Bridge. They're taking down the other bridge. So this is a new bridge that we're going under. One of the most beautiful passages on the ICW is in between Sneads Ferry and Swansboro. There are no houses, no developments, just wetlands and water. You feel like you've been transported to the Caribbean Sea. The water is so pristine and clear. It really shows what development does to the water. After Swansboro is Emerald Isle. So as we make this, we're gonna turn here and say goodbye to Swansboro. Goodbye, Swansboro. most, it kind of reminds me of back when I used to ride motorcycles, is you can be driving along on your motorcycle, you can be riding along in the boat, and all of a sudden you hit this pocket where the air changes, the smell changes. We just turned this little bend and we both immediately felt it. There's a beautiful, beautiful breeze coming off the ocean, and just the smell of that salt air, absolutely amazing. So I just wanted to share that with you. Up ahead there is the first bridge to Emerald Isle. So basically we'll go all the way down the side of Emerald Isle, and then after that is Beaufort.
One thing I'll never get used to, and that is how quickly the channel can be deep and within seconds shallow. When you see the Bogey Sound and that vast span of water, you would think you could go up in there and explore, but you can't. In many places, it's less than 3 feet. If you are boating in this area, you have to really pay attention to your depths.
Want to do super shallow, getting a really stiff wind all of a sudden, and then all of a sudden, and I'm in like 6 feet, and I don't have any depth. You have to really pay attention when you're out here in the intercoastal. And sometimes you don't really know how accurate this is. I mean, it's showing 7 feet right here, and it's showing on this chart I should have 11 feet to my left. So I don't know what's happened. I feel like since we were out last year, there's been some shift of the depths, because we didn't run into anything like this.
After passing Moorhead City, we spotted more dolphins off our starboard side. It never gets old seeing these beautiful creatures. After stopping in Beaufort for lunch, we started our journey to find our anchorage for the night before it got too late.
I gotta talk about what just happened. A year ago, if you saw my video, wild weather and wild horses, yeah. We stayed at this hotel up here, and I wanted to see what was past there because I knew that it was just a channel that takes you to the other side of this island over here. So I actually had marked on the map where we stayed because I thought, man, if we had a boat we could stay on overnight, this would be a great place. So I thought we would be able to go that way. Wow. We were in a half a foot of water. I was freaking out. I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack. That was really dicey. All of a sudden, we were going from 14 feet, dropped to 3, 2, 1, and then I couldn't turn around. Riding through here, you've got beautiful depth, 12 feet, 10 feet, and then you get out in basically the open ocean getting into here. It drops down to nothing. So basically we're looking for a place to stay tonight, and when you see it, you'll see why I want to go there. It's just beautiful. The water was beautiful, and we went swimming there. At least I did.
I decided to backtrack and go to the Anchorage the way we went last year in our jet boat. I knew it would be a little rough, like we had experienced last year, since the open ocean was directly in front of us, but I was not prepared for what we encountered. It made our trip last year seem like a merry-go-round. This was more like the blender.
All right, folks, we're this is where it gets a little crazy. I don't know if you're seeing that over there, but I remember when we did this the last time. So right now we're at 48 feet, and that is the big blue ocean. But you see these waves. So yeah, we did this before. That's insane. And we're closing up. Oh my goodness, look at these dolphins! Oh my goodness, they were like right beside the boat. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Oh, this is nuts. Wow. This is massive. What a trip across that, whatever you want to call that. That was insane. I was really nervous, and you remember things differently. And the crazy thing is, we did that in the jet boat, but this is where we've anchored. So over here, behind that island there, is the Atlantic Ocean. We did an anchor alarm. So far, nothing's moved. We put out a second anchor. So we're good to go, and we're about to have some coffee and just relax and turn in for the night. So I'll probably get like a sunrise, a sunset, and we'll talk later. The moment we've all been waiting for, the big show. I was just telling my wife, we were trying to decide if we're going to stay one more night after tonight. And I said, the only thing, well, not the only thing, but to me, what makes this so special is sunset, sunrise. So enjoy. Any words? So there you have it. Cooking with Christina. Stay tuned for episode 2 as she cooks sklasky. It's a Hungarian dish. We're gonna go back. I didn't film it yesterday, but when we were in this other little area, I'll show it on the map. Here's my theory. I would rather be in 1 foot of water there where there's no 25-foot waves pushing us into the shore. So we're gonna go. I let the Navionics find me a better route, and it shows kind of where you can go into the deep water. So we'll see how it goes. I'll give you an update when we get to the other side.
The route we took the day before made us both feel a bit uneasy. Using Navionics to find us a safe passage through the shallow waters was definitely the way to go. It showed us the warnings for shallow water and how to navigate around them. We ended up seeing more horses and enjoyed the deep, calm waters on our way back home. Lesson learned. Change a thing.